It looks so incredibly alive.
His talent is truly a gift from above.
The morning sun rose gently over the rolling hills of Vinci, a small village nestled in the heart of Italy. The year was 1452. Farmers were already at work in the fields. Birds sang from the olive trees, and the narrow dirt roads carried the familiar sounds of village life. To most people, it was an ordinary day. But on that day, a child was born who would one day change the world. His name was Leonardo. No one could have guessed that this quiet baby would grow into one of the greatest minds in human history. Not his mother, not his father, not even the villagers who watched him grow. Yet, from the very beginning, there was something different about him, something unusual, something impossible to ignore. Leonardo spent much of his childhood surrounded by nature. Unlike many children who spent their days playing simple games, Leonardo seemed fascinated by everything around him. He wanted to know why birds could fly, why rivers curved, why leaves grew in certain patterns, why the clouds changed shape. Every question led to another, and another, and another. Sometimes he would sit for hours beside a stream observing how water moved around rocks. Other times, he would climb hills just to watch hawks glide through the sky. The adults often laughed. "That boy asks too many questions," they would say. But Leonardo didn't care. His curiosity was stronger than their opinions. He believed every mystery had an answer. The world was a giant puzzle waiting to be solved. One afternoon, when Leonardo was still very young, he wandered into the countryside carrying a small piece of charcoal. The fields stretched endlessly before him. Wildflowers danced in the breeze, butterflies drifted from blossom to blossom. Suddenly, a bird landed on a nearby branch. Leonardo stopped. The bird's feathers shimmered in the sunlight. Most children would have watched for a moment and moved on. Leonardo did something different. He sat down. Then he began to draw, carefully, patiently, observing every detail: the shape of the wings, the curve of the beak, the tiny claws gripping the branch. When he finished, he stared at the drawing with amazement. For the first time, he realized something. Drawing allowed him to capture the world. It allowed him to preserve moments that would otherwise disappear forever. From that day forward, he carried charcoal whenever he could. He sketched everything: animals, trees, clouds, people, buildings. Nothing escaped his attention. As the years passed, Leonardo's talent became impossible to hide. Family members noticed that his drawings looked more realistic than those made by grown artists. His sketches seemed alive. Every line carried purpose. Every detail told a story. Visitors often gathered to admire his work. "Who taught him this?" they would ask. Nobody had. The gift seemed natural, as though Leonardo had been born with an artist's eye. Yet, art was only one of his interests. His mind wandered far beyond drawing. He loved taking things apart just to understand how they worked. Mechanical tools fascinated him, water wheels fascinated him, even simple locks and hinges fascinated him. Whenever he encountered something new, he examined it carefully, not because he wanted to use it, because he wanted to understand it. One day, Leonardo found an injured bird near the edge of a field. Its wing had been damaged. Most people would have considered it helpless. Some might have left it behind. Leonardo picked it up gently. He carried it home. For days, he cared for it. He studied the structure of its wings, the arrangement of its feathers, the way its body balanced itself. As the bird recovered, Leonardo became obsessed with a question: what if humans could fly? The idea sounded ridiculous. Everyone knew people couldn't fly, only birds could. But Leonardo wasn't interested in what everyone believed. He was interested in possibilities. If birds could rise into the sky, perhaps there was a way for humans to do the same. The question settled deep within his mind. It would remain there for decades. One day, it would inspire inventions centuries ahead of their time. Years passed. Leonardo grew taller. His artistic abilities improved dramatically. His notebooks began filling with sketches. Hundreds of sketches, then thousands. Some depicted animals, others showed landscapes. Many contained strange machines nobody had ever seen before. His imagination knew no boundaries. He wasn't satisfied merely observing the world. He wanted to improve it, transform it, understand it completely. Despite his intelligence, Leonardo often felt different from other people. While friends discussed ordinary matters, his thoughts drifted toward bigger questions. How does the human body work? Why does light create shadows? Can machines imitate nature? Can people learn everything? These questions occupied his mind day and night. Sometimes he struggled to sleep because new ideas arrived faster than he could record them. When inspiration struck, he would rush to sketch it immediately. He feared forgetting even a single thought. To Leonardo, every idea mattered. No matter how strange, no matter how impossible. One evening, after completing another sketch, Leonardo sat beneath a tree and watched the sunset. Golden light stretched across the hills. The world seemed peaceful. Yet inside his mind, countless thoughts raced. He felt as though he was standing at the edge of something enormous, something beyond the small village, beyond the surrounding hills, beyond anything he had ever known. He couldn't explain it, but he sensed his future lay elsewhere, a place where he could learn more, create more, become more. The village had taught him many things, yet it could no longer contain the size of his dreams. Meanwhile, news of Leonardo's talent was spreading. Artists, merchants, travelers, visitors from nearby cities all spoke of the remarkable young man from Vinci. Many believed he possessed extraordinary potential. One person in particular would soon take notice, a master artist whose workshop trained some of the finest talents in Italy, a man named Andrea del Verrocchio. The opportunity would change Leonardo's life forever. It would open doors he never imagined. It would introduce him to the world of great art, invention, and discovery. Most importantly, it would begin the journey that would transform a curious village boy into a legend. But Leonardo did not know that yet. For now, he remained seated beneath the fading sky, a sketchbook resting in his hands, dreaming of things no one else could see. And somewhere beyond the horizon, destiny was already moving toward him.